Hello and welcome to Friday Night Fashion. I'm Amanda Wakeley.
I'm Jo Elvin. Hello, good evening.
And this week we are talking about trends for 2025. And I don't know about you, Jo, but the older I get, the less trends are that relevant to me. But they're fascinating and they're important for the fashion industry. They keep the wheels turning and they're fun. But my point is, you don't have to go totally down the road of all the trends that we are going to be talking about today.
Of course not, but I think I might have to do a little bit of a Miranda Priestly and the Devil Wears Prada lecture on you.
Do it.
Because I think that it's like, yes, absolutely, you don't have to slavishly follow trends, but I think that you don't really realize on a daily basis how much what's happened on the catwalk is filtering down into things that you have just recalibrated your brain to like. And the other thing I think is certainly since because Amanda is such a fashion native, I came to fashion probably in my 30s in a genuine way. I think that you can pick and choose. So yes, there are trends, but there are so many trends. There's always something relevant for you.
I think that is so true. And for me, it's all about, your style DNA, working out who you are sartorially, stylistically, and sticking with it. And then just adding those bits and bobs of the trends to make you feel relevant without feeling like a victim.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's irrelevant, far from it. And Jo's so right, it does filter through and our eyes get so adjusted to different proportions that you just go with the flow. And that's the fun of fashion.
And my husband is so correct when he says, I'll say to him, I'll look at something on the catwalk and go, isn't that ridiculous? And he'll be going, you'll wear that in 6 months. And quite often he's right, because you just suddenly go, oh, actually, I do like fairy clogs now. I didn't 6 months ago.
And actually in the design studio, when we were brainstorming new collections, and I had a very, very open dialogue with the team, because I think it's really, really important. And so often I would start my sentence with, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I am feeling brown suede or whatever. And it would always make you feel, if it made you feel slightly uncomfortable as you said it, you know that in 6 months, or actually more importantly from a designer's perspective, in 12 months, it was going to be absolutely spot on.
Wow.
So that's a blast from the past.
So you're kind of psychic.
No, but it's just
fashion-wise.
There is a feeling that builds up.
I often wonder how that works.
Yeah, it's a funny old thing, but it's an evolution, not a revolution. Indeed. I always say.
Indeed. Do you want to kick off? So what we've done is we've looked at trends that we think we will be investing in and buying into in some way. Is that fair?
That is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
So there are a few that I really, really love particularly for spring, summer. Boho, yet again, thanks to Chloe, and Jamala is just looking absolutely gorgeous. I mean, think Sienna Miller through and through. Just lots of sheer volume of chiffon, and then mixing that with suede or fringing and a lovely wedge, easy boho hair, oversized sunglasses, a big old slouchy bag, and you've got it. Another trend that is going to continue is sports.
Oh, thank God, because that's all I want to wear.
I know. And I think that's sort of going to go in a few different ways. And then we'll pick out specific pieces that we've found. But I think we're also active. We're running from the gym or yoga onwards. And so I think it's sort of thinking about the legging. It continues. And in fact, it's coming back in a big way, and it's not surprising with all of these really oversized jackets, these varsity jackets.
That's sort of like that juxtaposition of volume, and actually you could even start to blur it with some of your boho pieces, like a big parachute dress or something like that.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
gorgeous. Another one is parachute volume.
Yeah.
So just think bigger and bigger and bigger, and particularly if it's got an element of sheerness, tulle or chiffon, just gorgeous. And don't be scared to just wear a pair of big knickers.
Can I just say, do be scared to wear it this week, because if you go out there with all that volume in this wind, you will be in outer space. I have never seen wind and biblical rain like it as this week. It's infuriating.
I know.
Infuriating. I hate all my friends in Australia right now. That's just that.
We're not mentioning any names there.
Kathy, Donna,
Kathy.
yeah, everyone else. Yeah.
And then the other one that is really coming through is just a fantastic tailored blazer, oversized suiting, mixing and matching the pants with the jackets, you know, just great big volume. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, try the charity shops and try the men's rails, because
100%.
those jackets are usually, or suits even, and you know what, if it's a suit and only the jacket works or only the trousers works, you can actually redonate the other half of it back. But it's actually, a charity shop is a great way of giving a trend a try without A, buying fast fashion, and B, committing to something in a massive way expense-wise. So I'm a big fan of going to a charity shop and just having a bit of a try on of proportions.
Look at this. I love that you've got this lady here with her little necktie around, and I've done that. How did I know?
So on trend.
How did I know?
So on trend.
But
actually, I do love all the neckties.
But that is like, again, something that suddenly I want to wear things around my neck like that.
Yes,
it's
and
weird.
I also want to wear a ribbon around my neck, not even over a shirt collar, but as a necklace, as a.
Well, do you remember the thing I bought from Marquette that's got the big rose on it? I haven't worn that yet.
Yeah.
Get on that
investment that you haven't used yet.
My £9 investment.
So, take us through a couple of your looks.
Okay, so what I was really intrigued by was, again, sort of like all this sort of like flourish around the neck, and there's lots of bow details coming through. Now, what I wanted to do, there's some crackers ones out there. There's all sorts of 3D embellishment of like flowers that sort of like stick out and, you know, make you 6 feet wider than you need to be, and all that sort of stuff at a lot of the shows in Paris. But I loved just these subtle bow details. So I've picked out, I really think I might need that Karen Millen denim blouse.
I think it's got your name written all over it.
It really looks like one I fell in love with from the Zimmerman runway last year.
It's got a very designer-esque feel about it.
Great big billowy sleeves, lovely. You could wear that bow loosely, I'm sure, as some sort of like a longer scarf. So I think that is a great investment. Similarly, their stretch bow tie neck full skirted midi dress. That's a title, isn't it?
That's quite a mouthful.
What do you think of that dress? I really love. I think it's just pure elegant.
I think it's super, super chic, and
It's
I
great,
think it would
isn't
look really chic also with a shirt underneath it. So you just, because it's sleeveless, you just get that lovely feel of the sleeve underneath it. Or
yeah, but some of us have been working on our arms.
Okay,
I really have. I feel like
we'll get the guns
the
out.
guns are coming out.
Yeah, but if it's too chilly, I think it would look beautiful.
Yeah,
with a sleeve underneath it.
Fashion before comfort, Amanda. Fashion before comfort,
always.
So, and Arquette, just the real home at the moment of like really great sort of like floral details. That's a fantastically subtle little bit of embellishment, flower trim on that silk blouse. I can see you wearing that. I think you would wear that, wouldn't you?
I would, but I don't need it.
What has that got to do with anything?
It's staying in the store. It's got a lot to do with everything.
What has that got to do with anything?
Now, on to a couple of my
yes, please.
choices. There's a huge, loads of conversation about mocha, the colour mocha this summer. Well, I mean, yeah. But I mean, mocha, think all shades of cappuccino,
it's brown. It's brown,
latte.
People. I'm just going to break it down for you. It's brown. Yeah.
And so wear whatever shade suits you best.
Yeah.
And don't get suckered into wearing something just because it's on trend. But there are all sorts of browns out there. And it is really flattering if you get the right shade. And I loved, Zara's got some gorgeous, gorgeous brown suiting. Oversized, lovely, and I loved this gabardine shirt. I thought that was really,
I love those
really
trousers.
Chic. Yep. And then because I think this whole utility barrel leg pant is absolutely here to stay.
Yeah.
So, and don't be scared about it, because actually it can make you look really skinny, because you get the barrel leg and then actually your waist looks tiny. So give it a go.
But I would definitely advise showing more ankle than is on display there. I think that's the way. Otherwise, it does just look like you've worn trousers that are way too big.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I think really, really good point. And then just on the oversized tailoring, I thought this was such a deal. Quite an interesting time of year if you're sort of thinking ahead. Just check out the sales. This Frankie Shop oversized blazer, which I think is really beautiful. They cut the jackets very, very well, and they're never crazily priced. But this one was $331. It is now £141 in the net sale.
It's a great colour.
And it's a gorgeous colour. Oh, God, that would look fantastic going through into the summer with all your whites and creams and all the rest of it. Great with denim. So, you know, you don't have to wear an oversized suit. If you just want to do the blazer, then you just do the blazer.
Well, I picked out some mocha as well. Let's call it brown. I think this
Will you wear mocha?
Yeah. 100%.
But which shade? Would you wear dark brown?
Yeah, I would wear dark brown, and I actually really want that Other Stories jumpsuit, which it was £125. It says on our crib sheet here £69, but I was just looking at it. It's now £59.
And she just said when she arrived, she's not buying anything. Within 20 minutes, she is buying a jumpsuit.
I rest my case. Investment. It's a mocha jumpsuit. That's it for the season. No, it's great though. I think.
And what fabric is it?
It looks like a gabardine to me.
Yeah.
I just think I would, you know, particularly for summer, I probably wouldn't have it as belted up. I'd loosen the zipper a bit. I'd probably roll the trousers and make a feature of, you know, sort of like a wide leg ankle. I just think it's a really cool buy now for £59, wear forever. Don't you think, Amanda Wakeley?
Sold to the lady in the check shirt.
And similarly, Zara, it's that Stefano Pilati influence.
He's brilliant. I think Stefano Pilati at Zara and Claire Wakekeller at Uniqlo.
This is Claire Wakekeller.
And this is, oh, sorry,
that's
this is
Anya.
Yeah. But how gorgeous is this?
Yeah, it's fabulous.
I love all the shashiko type sort of visible mending.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's fun.
But this is a fantastic suit from Zara, and for £150 basically.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah,
and you know me, I love a bit of fun and sparkle from Never Fully Dressed, and I think that's just another really easy, flattering dress. They've got an amazingly inclusive range of sizing, so I think you can get up to something like size 22 or 24 there. So, and that's a really easy dress to wear.
That looks like a super easy dress.
Really comfy.
Yeah.
Glamorous enough.
Is that sort of plissé?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, it's
God,
and it's a great
colour in that.
Always.
Now, what we both picked up on was this sort of retro sneaker trend. So I think we're moving. Some brands are moving away from the really chunky to much more of a retro look.
And that is, as case in point, that's a trend I never got into.
The chunky.
Yeah, sometimes your eyes just won't follow fashion through and agree with it, you know.
Yeah.
No.
I loved these Totem ones. But 320 quid, it's quite an investment.
They look like the Wales Bonner ones, which I thought were expensive at £200.
They do, but some of those Wales Bonner ones have been on sale.
Yeah.
Too late for you because you bought them at full price, I know.
But I love them, I don't care. Yeah.
But I thought these Adidas ones were really chic.
They're fantastic.
Too, and they've got some great colours. And in fact, they've even got a leopard skin printed pony one that looks great.
I would really like to not know that.
Yeah. I thought you might not want to know that. In terms of shoes, loafers are a definite this season, whether you love them or hate them. Deck shoes. Now, they're not on my list of priorities in terms of
I keep reading
shoes.
that yachting shoes are where it's at.
That's
I would have thought you'd
what
be
I was
right
talking
into
about.
yachting shoes.
I am, but I'm barefoot on a boat.
Oh.
I cannot be doing the dock-sided thing. I've got a sort of mental blank about it. Maybe it's because I've worn it once, you know, way back in time.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think sometimes if you've worn a trend once, sort of whenever it was, a long time ago, you don't really want to wear it again. And sometimes you do. But then the absolute must-have in terms of a shoe shape this summer, shoe shape, is a ballet flat. And Gucci have done a particularly beautiful one. It looks like a proper on-point
shoe, yeah.
ballet flat. So it's almost got that extended toe.
Love those.
Blocked off. They're crazily expensive.
Especially for suede.
But they are great. It's a great inspo to take for a ballet flat, and that will please you because it's got that little Mary Jane strap on it.
I thought that would displease you greatly.
Well, I could always chop it off.
I wouldn't. Why would you do that?
No, I do not need a £700 pair of Gucci ballet flats, but just for inspo, they're rather beautiful.
I love that square toe.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something else that really strikes me as a way of transforming a look, and it's a very strong trend this year, is sort of animal print, but it's more sort of cow print.
I can't get on board with this.
Can't you?
I've tried.
Oh, I think it's quite cool.
No.
I love these Massimo Dutti loafers. I think that really chic.
I don't mind. I think that a subtle nod, but I keep seeing these sort of like full jackets and full coats, and I think, I don't know.
You're wearing a cow.
Basic, and I don't know why I don't think, you're wearing a leopard. But I just can't get my head around it. I don't like it. And that's just that.
Yep.
But I think they're cute, those.
They're cute. Yeah. I thought actually,
I think they actually look like cow's feet. They do. Look.
What? The Zara animal print ballet flats.
They do.
No, but they're satin. They're not even furry.
I don't like how.
I think they're quite cute.
I don't like the high cut of them on the foot.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, I quite like that. It's a good thing we don't share a wardrobe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did actually think that Massimo Dutti bucket bag was rather cool, but you're going to think it's...
I can see a little animal scared face on that.
Oh, stop it.
Can't you?
No, stop it.
I really can. I just like...
Okay.
Move on.
Moving on. Do you want to talk about...
there?
Moo. Do you want to talk about your...
Well, it's kind of like a two trends in one here with these, again, this retro sneaker in the mocha brown from Adidas, which I really love. And I think Adidas, I find them incredibly comfortable. They look really chic. They're smart enough to wear under a suit. And they're only, £90 for a pair of shoes that you're going to wear a lot.
I thought Rishi had killed the Samba.
I think that's bollocks. I just think Rishi's gone. Adidas is here for life. Rishi was just for however many terms it was.
A moment.
So don't worry about that. And I don't think Keir Starmer's going to ruin trainers for anyone, so I won't worry about that.
I shouldn't think he even owns a pair.
Yeah. So and just these cute, I'm just more representative of. I love that this side stripe trouser. Yes, it's ubiquitous, but it's not going anywhere. And I just think there's just something just effortlessly dress up and dress down about them. And I picked these ones because they're £5. It's like they're on sale.
If you can't get hold of those, you can always buy some ribbon or recycle some ribbon and take it to your local tailor and pop it down the side of some of your trousers.
Yes.
It's worth doing. I've done it many, many, many times. In fact, we used to offer a customization service. And I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. And it doesn't have to be right down the side. It could be side front, whatever. It could be side back. You could do it like old stockings, sort of like down the bum cheeks, all the way down.
Yeah.
Really chic. Just have fun with things, especially if you're tired of something. It's an easy way to upcycle and reinvent.
Great idea.
There you go. I mean, kitten heels, they're here to stay, aren't they?
They are. I mean, I kind of like fall in and out of love with kitten heels, but sometimes I think they are just the thing for skinny jeans, which are pretty much coming back. And I just think that they are the shoe to wear with a skinny jean. And these, again, a bow kitten heel, a nice nod to a trend there. £100 from Boden. Boden, I think, is a bit of a stealth place to look for footwear.
Right, I've never really had them on my radar for footwear.
I've got a really good pair of loafers I got from there recently, which have got sort of like the similar like horse bit detail from a la Gucci, but they were £80, and they've got that sort of like calf skin look on them. Yeah.
What, like the
not
cow
print? No. No.
Talking Loafers, I forgot to mention these Free People.
They're really cute.
Silver loafers. I think they're really cute. And I think the silver trend is here to stay. It doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
And did you see the Prada runway where it was like mashing up utility and really full on glamorous, forgotten the word, metallic, like just sequins, metal, chainmail, the whole thing. Really, really pretty combinations, but in a sort of like a tough way.
Yeah.
So the message is, if you want to wear tinfoil in the middle of the day, you do it, because that's what's coming, isn't it?
It absolutely is. There is a big trend for technical jackets and what's called barn jackets. COS have done this really cute one for £110. I think that's really, really chic, lovely big collar and hood. You could layer that up beautifully. As far as barn jackets go, Carhartt is a brand you want to be searching for on Vinted or in vintage markets or whatever. They do these brilliant proper workwear jackets, and I was at a vintage market a while ago, and they're just so cool. And the sort of almost the older they are, the better they look, you know, and sort of really worn so that one I found on Vinted for £45.
Did you buy it?
I didn't, not yet.
Okay.
Talking jackets though, varsity jackets, a big thing.
Oh, I love them.
And I absolutely love them. And I was flicking through Vinted, and there's some brilliant ones. Have a good look though, because you know, some of them are from Shein or from Boohoo or whatever. Try and find the real deal, and they're you know, just be more aware. And also remember with Vinted, a lot of people don't even bother to steam or press anything before popping it up there. But you know, a quick blast of steam, or even take it to your local dry cleaners for a quick freshen up. You've got a totally new jacket that's got a whole new life to it.
It's this time of year, the struggle to get the light to take your pictures for Vinted sale. That is a real struggle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Vinted specialist. Check out her store.
I will have more on there soon, but when I get good light for pictures.
And another one, a final one from me, is oversized leather bombers. Now, these can be unbelievably expensive in terms of buying a designer one. But again, check out Vinted and charity shops, and check out the men's bit. I would say, you know, we're into this very oversized trend. Buy a man's one, and this one from Vinted. Okay, not cheap. It was £100, £99, and it looks a bit of a mess, I know. But I looked at the pictures of that pretty thoroughly, and that will be a great jacket.
Do you know what brand it is?
Ash.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it's from America.
Yeah.
The cut on that looks really interesting. And also, with suede and leather, if it arrives and it's really creased, don't be scared to get an iron on it. Now, get a very thin, smooth cloth.
I would be scared to get an iron on it.
Don't put steam on it, and just start sort of at a medium temperature, but through a cloth. Just be very careful.
Yeah.
And you know, you will lift the leather or the suede back to life again, but no steam and not too hot. Just build the heat up gradually, but give it a go. It's
Household Tips with Amanda Wakeley. You get it all on this channel. Yeah, it's great.
It is great. And on that happy note, I think we are done with our view of 2025 trends. More will be emerging as we go through the year, but
100%,
just
yeah.
to give you a kick-off for spring summer inspo. I know it doesn't feel very spring or summery right now.
It's coming. The days are getting longer.
They are.
Just remember that.
They are.
It's happening.
It is happening.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching.
Thank
Hope
you.
you've enjoyed it. Thanks for all your comments.
Yes, we love them.
Absolutely love them, and always open for suggestions of what you'd like us to chat about next.
See you next time.